crazy day in the life of an interior designer. It's a really weird angle. I just can't. I don't have time to like finesse the angle right now because I'm running late. I'm not even running late, but we're on a time crunch. Okay, we're on a time crunch. So my day is filled with a lot of interior design stuff, and then also I have like a couple of like personal meetings. So we're gonna get after it. I just dropped off my daughter at the sitters, and now I'm heading out to Harrison, which is like an hour and 15 minutes away. And just with how like it's really bumpy, but just with how my daughter's like schedule works out with her going to the sitter, like I'm gonna get to my meeting right at 11, and that's when it starts. So I have to get there, set up my laptop, connect to the Wi-Fi, open my presentation. I don't even think I saved my presentation. I think it's still in Canva. So usually I like to save to my laptop, all of the things. My phone is like slowly falling out of this thing, whatever. Sorry, I'm like so distracted with the angle and it being level. I don't want to be all cattywampus. So yeah, drop off my daughter, check. Then I have a meeting at 11 for a design presentation. It's a pretty small presentation, so I'm not too nervous about it. I really don't get nervous for presentations until right before. So yeah, it's just presenting some rugs and some furniture and nothing too crazy, so I'm not too nervous about it. And the client, I've worked with this client, it's a repeat client, and so I know their style, they know me, they're super chill, super nice. I genuinely like love working with them. And then right after that meeting, so that one's at 11, right after that meeting I have a meeting at noon. Thankfully it's at the same house for the same client, but I have a meeting with my window treatment rep so that we can talk about like getting room darkening drapes put in the cabin. And then after that I have to literally like run for my life, and I'm trying to figure out the best way, but I have to go pick up a sample because I let a company, like a carpentry company, they're doing some built-in shelves for me, so they needed one of my samples, and so I need that sample back because it's mine. And I like, as a designer, wood samples are like not super easy to come by unless you like, I collect mine over time, and so I'm going to like very quickly like jet from the window treatment meeting to picking up that sample, and then directly from picking up the sample I have to literally hightail it back into town where I live to pick up my daughter. And then from picking up my daughter, so I pick up my daughter at 2, and then I have to go to therapy at 3, so I'll have an hour to feed myself, feed my daughter, get all packed up for therapy, and then so therapy from 3 to 4, and then I have to pick up some like alterations because I got some pants altered, so I have to pick up the alterations at 4:30. So it's just like one thing after another. It's not necessarily like a crazy busy day, but it's just, if one thing runs behind, it causes the whole day to be behind, and that has happened to me so many times. Or I'm supposed to meet somebody for my very first meeting of the day, and then they're late, and then it makes me late to my next meeting, and then it makes me late to the meeting after that, and then I'm late to picking up my daughter. And that's like one thing I do not do, is like be late to picking up my daughter. I like to be pretty punctual when I pick her up, so a lot of times I end up having to cancel a meeting when people are late to meetings and are not punctual. So I look like I'm naked, but I'm not. So that's kind of what's on the agenda. I am beyond tired. I'm so beyond tired. My daughter decided that she went down for bed, like went to sleep at 7:30. And by 8:30, she woke up and she wouldn't put herself back to sleep. Like she wouldn't go back to sleep. And so we had to go in and get her, and then she didn't want to go back to sleep till like midnight. And so we just brought her into bed with us, and she just bounced off the walls. She's literally climbing on my headboard, like climbing up the headboard. She was doing that till like 11:30, and then she fell asleep. And then my husband gets up at 5:30 for work, and so he woke me up at 5. So, and I couldn't fall back asleep until 7, and my alarm clock goes off at 7:50. So not only did I not get a good night's rest, I was up all morning too. So we love that. I swear that happens any day that I have like meetings and like things that I need to be accomplishing. Any work day where I have like a big presentation or like anything important, my daughter takes that day to like, or the night before, she's like, I'm not sleeping. You're gonna be tired for your meeting tomorrow. Sorry, Mom. So I tell ya, she's transitioning from 2 naps to 1 nap. And I'm hoping that she's just transitioning. So like that's why her sleep has been kind of all over the place. Normally her like bedtime routine, easiest thing in the world. My husband can do it, I can do it, it works out great. But I tell ya, normally we just give her a bottle and we hold her, and then she falls asleep, we transfer her to the crib and she stays asleep in the crib. Not anymore. We hold her, we transfer her, she wakes up, she's angry, she's out for vengeance. So it's been really tough. And last night I was like not feeling it. I was not in the mood for her shenanigans. So it just is hard. It is sometimes very hard when you're trying to have a little baby, but also work and show up for your meetings and like show up for your clients. But at last, I'm hitting the road right now, which is going to be pretty loud. And so I'm going to end it here and pick it back up once I get to the client's house. This is the rug that the client decided to go with. They wanted something that was a little bit more creamy, but also has a little bit of like darker brown in it. In this clip, I am unpackaging the client's current rug. They have a puppy, and the puppy like kind of ruined the old rug. And so I was opening the old rug that got back from the dry cleaners just to check and see if it was clean or dirty, could it be salvaged. And I also wanted to see what kind of animal hair it was, just in case I needed to order a new one. And so I'm unpackaging it, checking it out here. Here I am measuring for just in case they need a new rug. Normally there's like an animal rug that is under this bed, and so I just want to measure and see what size rug we would need just in case. I also wanted to measure and see how big of a rug we could go to. So I think the clients originally had a 9x12 in here, but just with how big the room is, they really could go to like a 10x13. A 10x15 would be pushing it, but I just wanted to measure and see the like largest size rug. Here I am measuring the staircase for the runner rug that's going to be going on the stairs. I have to measure each and every rise and run, and then measure the landing as well.